It feels like basic common sense. If you want to prove to a bank that you are perfectly responsible with a credit card, you shouldn't spend any of their money. You keep a $0 balance. But people who do exactly that often find their credit scores completely frozen. The reason comes down to a specific industry metric called credit utilization. As you can see in this layout, it is simply a ratio, the amount of money currently spent on your card divided by the total credit limit the bank allows. Understanding this fraction is the biggest hurdle for most beginners. If you don't know how banks grade this specific math problem, your score will sit stagnant for years. When trying to figure it out, most people fall into one of two traps. They either lock the card in a drawer to keep that ratio at 0%, or they follow old internet advice to spend right up to 30%. Both of those approaches are flawed. Hitting an 800+ credit score requires finding a very narrow mathematical middle ground between those two numbers. Let's look at this graphic. Imagine Sam has a credit limit of $1,000. Financial blogs tell Sam to keep spending under 30%. Watch what happens. 30% is $300, and the graphic immediately shifts to a warning state. From the bank side of the screen, an algorithm is reading that $300 balance. To the algorithm, getting that close to the edge suggests Sam might be relying too heavily on borrowed money. Spending a third of your available credit every month won't automatically destroy your score, but it creates heavy mathematical friction. It acts like a drag parachute, keeping Sam's score from climbing upward at any meaningful speed. That 30% figure you see online is a strict maximum speed limit. It is the absolute ceiling before the bank classifies you as a high-risk borrower. It is not a target you should actually aim for. Realizing 30% is slowing him down, Sam decides to pivot. He pays it off and puts the card away, spending absolutely $0 so he can look perfectly safe. But notice how this chart looks now. The graphic is completely empty, and the data line is flatlining. By spending nothing, Sam has become what banks call a credit ghost. A zero balance means the system is generating 0 data points. Banks build credit profiles based on observed behavior. If they never see you take out a small amount of money and pay it back, they have 0 proof that you possess any financial discipline. Think of it like a friend asking you for a massive favor. If they have never asked to borrow a small tool before, you have no track record to judge their reliability. Handing a bank a $0 balance month after month does not communicate safety. It simply tells them you have a complete lack of financial history. So if 0% makes you a ghost and 30% makes you a risk, where is the ideal range? Take a look at this diagram. The sweet spot, the Goldilocks zone, sits firmly between 1% and 9%. For Sam's $1,000 limit, that translates to a tiny window. Watch as the visual fills to just $15. That small amount is right in the pocket, immediately triggering a positive score increase. The goal is to spend just $10 to $90 a month. This specific range gives the algorithm exactly what it wants. It proves that you are active and capable of managing debt, but you are stable enough that you don't need to max out the card to survive. It strikes the perfect balance. You're generating the data points the 0% ghost is missing without triggering the risk alarms of the heavy user. Demonstrating a tiny bit of active borrowing, followed immediately by paying it off, is mathematically the fastest way to maximize the algorithm's trust. Knowing the math is only half the battle. To keep your credit utilization securely in this Goldilocks zone, you can use a strict 3-step checklist. Step 1. Log into your banking portal. Find the exact total credit limit across your card and calculate what 1 to 9% of that number actually is. Step 2. Apply the one thing rule. Pick a single small recurring charge, like a $15 streaming subscription, and assign it to that credit card. Do not use the card for anything else. Step 3 is the most critical. Look at this digital interface. You must set up your bank account with this exact toggle switched to on, ensuring it automatically pays the statement balance in full every single month. There is a lingering myth that you have to leave a little bit of debt on your card and pay the bank interest to build your score. That is mathematically false. Paying your statement balance in full is mandatory. A perfect credit score doesn't mean you are wealthy. It simply proves you know how to signal consistent, low-level reliability to the banking system. Keeping your utilization in that 1 to 9% window does exactly that.